Hello and welcome to high school football on WOSN. Alongside Dave Bowen, I'm Evan Skilleter, and tonight we're in Crestview for a Northwest Conference showdown between the Knights and the visiting Bluffton Pirates. And Dave, I'm excited for this one. It's a Saturday night, not many games in the area, but this one has all the eyes, and I think it should be a good matchup.
It'll be a great crowd tonight, Evan, and as always, it's great to be your wingman. And yeah, Bluffton, Crestview, a storied rivalry across all sports, just another edition tonight.
Absolutely. And Dave, I want to look at some keys to the game for this one. And why don't we start with the visiting Bluffton Pirates?
Well, yes, let's look at Coach Jeff Richards' team. First and foremost, are you not entertained? 49.5 points per game on offense, only allowing 4 points a game on defense. First in rushing and total yards, first in rushing yards allowed, pass completions allowed, and total yards allowed. This Bluffton football team is nasty, and the Bluffton faithful have most definitely been entertained. Secondly, my name is Gladiator. The reigning NWC Defensive Player of the Year and first-team All-Ohio linebacker, number 27, Landon Worcester, is the definition of a football player, Evan. We'll keep an eye on him as he looks to wreak havoc on the Knights from both the linebacker and running back position. And then finally, strength and honor. Head coach Jeff Richards has built a strong team culture at Bluffton. He emphasizes to his team that the only stat number that really matters is a W in the win column. Keep adding wins. Everything else takes care of itself. And by succeeding tonight against this Crestview squad, this team will continue to pursue a goal of winning the Northwest Conference.
Absolutely. I think Russell Crowe would be proud
of
Gladiator. Those keys from Gladiator. And we're going to stick with the movie theme for the Crestview keys.
We most definitely are. First and foremost, set your phasers on stun. The young and improving Crestview offensive line must play its best game of the season tonight. Do so, and McDougal, Sarragan, Lichtensteiger, Adams, and Sheets will give the skill guys an opportunity to display their talents and stun the attacking defense of Bluffton. Secondly, they need to boldly go where no team, in quotation marks, has gone before. A balanced offensive attack where the run and pass keeps Bluffton off balance must occur if the Knights are going to do what no offense has done this year against the Pirates, and that's scored more than 7 points in a single game. And then finally, create turnovers to live long and prosper. The Knight defense must be aggressive yet stay disciplined while attacking the ball and creating a couple of turnovers in the process. Do this, and the Knights may find themselves a victory at warp speed.
A little bit of everything for you folks. Some Gladiators, some Star Trek. We hope both these teams live long and prosper.
Yes.
We will step aside and have the opening kickoff for you right after this. It'll be the Pirates, the Knights, and high school football on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview, where our scoreboard is sponsored by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Tonight's quarter sponsor is Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. Welcome you back to Crestview High School. Evan Skilleter and Dave Bowen with you as the kickoff is about set. I think both these teams out there, you can't see it on your screen, but a little confused on what side they'll be in. But either way, not a lot of confusion for the Bluffton Pirates so far this year. This is a team that has been on track, and they are super efficient, Dave.
Yeah, 49.5 points per game on offense, 4 points on defense. They are second in the Northwest Conference with the most first downs on offense with 111. Who's first? Crestview with 112. Crestview averages 33 points on offense. They give up 21.7 on defense. So 3-3 versus 6-0. Obviously, on paper, everything leans toward Bluffton, but there's a reason we're out here on a beautiful Saturday evening. Let's see what happens.
It'll be the Pirates to return the opening kick. Again, I'm not entirely sure what was happening there. Both teams were on the field, and then they went back and huddled up. But either way, like we said, it will be Crestview kicking away from the 40-yard line. So we'll get a look early on at this Pirate offense that you talked about. They are pretty dang good, and they've got a lot of different guys they can go to.
Yeah, Tate Gieske, he leads things from the quarterback position. The sophomore is 47 for 68 for 69%, 853 yards in passing on the season. 12 touchdowns, only 1 interception, 48 rushes, and he averages 10 yards per game, 480 total yards. And then you've got Parker Lovell and Landon Worcester in the backfield with him, and Griffin Stackhouse, his leading receiver.
And it's Stackhouse and Lovell back to return the kick as it bounces at the 20-yard line. Lovell bobbles but has a chance to pick it up. Now he'll head up the right side and makes a couple guys miss. Lovell still on his feet as he crosses the 30-yard line. In fact, got up past the 35. And that Pirate offense will come out onto the field as we get a look at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay here.
Yeah, nicely done. Works his way through that kickoff team from Crestview and finds himself some positive yardage. Going to be, as you said, 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Let's call it right at the 35-yard line. And now we're going to see this potent Bluffton offense.
1st down and 10. Your first downs tonight sponsored by Loudix Jewelry. Appreciate their sponsorship of this evening's affair. Gieske in the shotgun. That's Stackhouse in motion. Gieske will keep this one, looking for space. Not much there, but still able to make something happen. As a matter of fact, Dave, he goes for about 9 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he carried number 32, Braxton Leith, on his back for a bit of a distance right there. We see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay. Leith gets up saying, my bad, should have brought him down sooner, but you got to give credit to Gieske right there. As we said, he averages 10 yards per carry.
And he doesn't look extremely large out there, but you have to tackle low on a guy like Gieske. Super strong, as you can see right there. 9-yard pickup brings up 2nd down 1. Empty backfield this time for Gieske. Now looking to pass, still looking, goes over the top. It's Worcester. Worcester can't bring it in behind the defense, and so it will bring up a 3rd down and short.
That one had 6 written all over it, sucked the defense in. Zayden Martin tried to recover for Crestview. That one just goes off of Worcester's hands. He'd like to have that one back, no doubt.
3rd and very manageable for the Bluffton Pirates. They average 9.4 yards per carry.
That's good, isn't it?
So Gieske on the right side, and he's got the one that he needs, and he's got plenty more. Still off and running down the right side. Gieske into the red zone. And another 1st down from Loudix Jewelry as we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, it pushes it around the right side of that offensive line, does a great job to seal the end, and then he's off to the races. Ren Sheets catches up with him to bring him down before he gets to pay dirt, but it's going to be 1st down for Bluffton.
Ball up to the 14-yard line of the Knights. Still a shotgun formation. Stackhouse in motion here. He'll get the handoff. Stackhouse looking for the edge. Still looking, finds it, and he is into the end zone just over a minute into this game. And the Pirates have the first touchdown of the night, sponsored by Springfield Fireworks.
Griffin Stackhouse with the jet sweep on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay. Takes it to pay dirt. That's a quick score for these Bluffton Pirates. Crestview can't allow that to happen, or this one will get away from them in a hurry.
Pirates will line up to kick this one. Jackson Brown, the senior, will line it up.
Long snapper, Xavier Diller, and the holder, Quinn Eaches.
Now, Dave, if you like golf, watch this kick right here.
Okay.
Boop. That's what I wish my lob wedge looked like as it's up and good. 7-0. The Pirates on top early on here at Crestview. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay is sponsored by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. And tonight's premier sponsor is First Federal of Van Wert. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Crestview Knights, your community, your bank. 7-0 the score here as the Pirates march into the end zone in a minute and 18 seconds.
Yeah, Crestview's got to respond in a couple of ways. They got to match that intensity and that type of offense that Bluffton brought to the table with their opportunity here on their first possession.
Dave, I'm not sure if it went down as a pass or a catch, kind of one of those jet sweeps. Not sure, but either way, Stackhouse this season, 2 rushing touchdowns coming into the afternoon and 9 touchdowns through the air. So one way or another, he gets another touchdown, and he's got plenty of them. Yeah,
he's got 16 catches on the year for 443 yards, and as you said, several touchdowns. I have him down for 9 on the season. Doing a great job as a senior leader and talking with Coach Richards this week. He said, I'm really proud of all of our kids. They're close, they gel, but our leaders, Worcester, Stackhouse, Diller, Brody Anderson, Carson Cruzy, they keep things going and keep things loose and intense at the right moments.
Huxley Gross back at quarterback for the Knights to start this game. He takes the snap and he'll hand it off to their leading rusher, Braxton Leith. And Leith gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
Yeah, Braxton Leith, he has 37 carries on the season. This is just his 4th game. He sprained an ankle earlier in the season, but he 37 carries for 296 yards, 8 yards per carry. Crestview, you want to have a controlled offense to keep the ball out of Bluffton's hands, but you just got to try and get first downs against this defense.
Second down and 9.5 as Gross looks to pass. He has to leave the pocket, but he can't as he's brought down for a sack. The Pirates get there. And looking for the number here from back here, tough to see.
Yeah, it looked like number 59 is what or 56?
It is 55, I think.
55, Mason Shank, yep. Nicely done from the nose guard position. Mason Shank shoots the gap right up the middle. That defensive front, Ethan Colai, Shank, and Evan Grodhouse. As we said in one of our keys, the Crestview offensive line, they've got to give the skill guys some time to execute. Didn't happen on that particular play.
Drops him back 6 yards. Sorry about that, Mason. These eyes aren't getting any younger. Now a counter play as they hand it to Leith. Leith looking for space. Gets a little bit, but certainly not enough as he gets a yard and a 4th and long coming up for the Knights.
So Bluffton on this first drive defensively, they show what Bluffton is right there. Negative yardage on the possession for Crestview.
Back to punt it away, Cash Hammonds. 5'11" freshman. Back to return, Griffin Stackhouse. Nope, that's Quinn Eachus. My apologies. Here's the snap. It's good. A little bit low. The kick does get away. And it hits at the 35-yard line, rolls to the 46, and it doesn't quite get out of bounds, but the Pirates will take over from the Crestview 41. So good field position for the Pirates coming out for their second drive. First drive took 1 minute and 18 seconds as they marched down the field and scored on a Griffin Stackhouse carry.
Yeah, Cash Hammonds, who kicked that ball right there for Crestview, one of the most improved players for Coach Harding this year. As you said, he's a freshman. And Cale Lichtensteiger, Evan Brinsfield, and obviously having Braxton Leith back in the lineup as a leader, that's been good for them as well. And he's shown his improvement as a junior running back. Here we go.
Gieske wants to pass through the middle, and good coverage. As it is the freshman, Cash Hammonds, coming in there and knocking it away.
Right on cue. Cash Hammonds gives us another nice play here after punting the ball. Looks like he's beat initially, but he recovers nicely, gets his hand in there. That's textbook right there, Evan.
And for a freshman with that kind of timing to disrupt that pass, I'm glad we got to look at the replay there.
Great replay from our camera crew.
Second down 10 for the Pirates. Gieske has Worcester lined up to his right. That's Quinn Eachus at the top of the screen. They'll hand to Stackhouse on the jet sweep. Stackhouse with space. Stackhouse needs a block. He just runs out of bounds as he had Eachus upfield, giving him some extra space, and we've got another first down sponsored by Loudix Jewelry.
Griffin Stackhouse right there just shows his speed. We saw it on the touchdown run. We see it here going the other way. And right now the Crestview defense really doesn't have any answers for this Bluffton running game. They've gone left, they've gone right, and what they really haven't done yet is go up the middle with Lovell or Worcester. We'll see if that happens here now.
Man in motion, that's Eachus. Eachus will get the jet sweep. This is a carry. Eachus looking for the outside. He's got Leighton Miller in front of him blocking. Eachus runs out of bounds, picks up a nice gain on first down. And it is enough for the Loudix first down.
He just comes around the left side here, and then Isaiah Barton, he meets him out there on the edge and pushes him out of bounds. But as you said, not until he gets a Loudix first down.
Ball up to the Crestview 16-yard line. Pirates still marching here. They run the ball a lot, but they're quick to score. So far this season, Worcester will be in the backfield to the right of Gieske.
Yeah, they are first in the conference at 292 yards per game rushing.
Here's that carry up the middle, and a man goes down, and Worcester not quite sure what to do to get around him. Allows big 58 to get in there and make the tackle. That's David Sarrigan.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
David Sarrigan with the stop. A nice stop for Crestview. You want to try and keep this Bluffton potent offense behind the sticks if you can a little bit. Second down and long serves up the recipe to create that situation right here.
Little miscommunication for the Pirates getting the play in, but plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 11 as they break the huddle.
Yeah, 444 yards per game leads the Northwest Conference in total offense, 292 yards rushing, number one in that category as well.
Worcester cuts it upfield. Worcester getting close to the goal line, and he'll be down short, but the gain good for Loudix first down as you finally saw that rush up the middle off tackle, and we'll get a look at the Lee's replay.
Comes to his left, the left side of that offensive line doing what it does. Ren Sheets tackles him in the secondary. Left side of that offensive line, Mason Shank at left tackle, Austin Sugar at left guard, Xavier Diller, at center.
Now under center's Gieske on this first and goal.
Wing T right there.
Hands it to Worcester, and he just runs right over a man for the Pirate touchdown. Your touchdowns tonight sponsored by Springfield Fireworks, and certainly fireworks here early in Crestview.
Yeah, Bluffton has come in here on a Saturday early evening and made a statement right away in the first quarter. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. You can't do it much better than that.
So Brown will come back out as Bluffton has scored twice in the first 5 minutes of this contest. Brown will look to make it 14-0.
You called it a lob wedge, did you not?
A lob wedge, that's right.
And
that lob wedge got blocked, but it still goes through the uprights as the Pirates do extend that lead to 14 as we step aside. Pirates 14, Knights 0 right here on WOSN. Tonight's touchdowns are sponsored by Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton, your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 8. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit metzgerfinancialservices.com. 14-0, the Pirates on top here in Crestview on the Webb Insurance Agency scoreboard. Evan Skilleter, Dave Bowen with you, along with a host of fantastic WSN crew members.
Again, Crestview here offensively, they've got to get things established. It's hard to throw the ball right now from left to right because of the sun field, but they've got to figure out a way to pick up some positive yardage.
High kick, and it goes off of a Knight, and it ends up before the goal line, or stops before the goal line, rather, which means the Knights have to pick it up, and they're going to be stopped right inside that 5-yard line. Not what they wanted to see there, as they're down 14-0 early.
Not at all. Hayden Parrott on the return, and then the Bluffton kickoff team, they met him right down there at the 5-yard line for a student council meeting. There were so many of them, I couldn't pick out one guy. It'll be 1st and 10 Crestview, but they're on their own 5, and it's really hard to be aggressive offensively from this spot on the field.
Although the referees are having a chat here, I wondered if it had gone past that goal line. If it did, it doesn't matter if it gets touched. It still is a touchback on a kickoff. So they're going to have a quick chat and find out here.
Yeah, we do have a 6-man crew tonight. Our referee is Chris Ewald, umpire Matt Cummins, linesman Michael Sparks, line judge Steve Oren, the center judge is Bob McCallow, and the back judge is Charles Gasparetti. I do think they're going to bring it out, though, right now, Evan.
Does look that way. I want to mention our quarter sponsor tonight, Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at CNB Ohio. And you are right, Dave. They move it out to the 20-yard line. The Knights get away with one there. It's a good job by the referees getting together and making sure it's right. You know, sometimes we miss things, but you want to see communication. You want to see the right call ultimately made. 1st and 10. Man in motion for the Knights. Gross takes the snap, hands it off. Looking for space and finding none as Braxton Leith as he's dropped for a loss.
It was going to be, we knew coming in, it was going to be a huge challenge for this young offensive line for Crestview. I know it's week 7, you're not young anymore, but the seniors for Bluffton, they're not young at all and never were, seems like, and they are just plugging everything up. Loss of 2 on the play.
2nd and 12, back of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split to the left side. Gross looks that way, fires, and it hits the turf. Or did it? Nope. Yep. Referees say incomplete. Good job by Bricker there trying to sell the interception, but ultimately I believe the right call as well, so it'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, the whole Bluffton defense are trying to walk towards the sideline. Yeah, we intercepted that. It reminds me of volleyball when a ball goes long from a kill attempt and they're saying, oh, there was a touch, there was a touch.
Right.
Yeah, you practice those things. You teach your kids, hey, sell it. They're not being inaccurate or anything, just trying to give ourselves an advantage.
And the Knights get Bluffton to jump. Hard count gets 2 down linemen, so make it 5 yards forward, and 3rd and 7 now for the Knights. Huxley Gross back at quarterback. 2 guys that have thrown passes this year for Crestview. Bryson Penix, the other one. Gross this season, 23 of 24, 411 yards, 6 touchdowns and an interception. Good numbers for him as he looks to pass, throws over the top, has a man, it's caught by Leaf. Broken coverage there as the safety didn't slide over, and Leaf has the big first down.
Yeah, Carson Cruzy comes over to get the tackle, but we see on the Lee's famous recipe replay an outstanding play for the Knights as Braxton Leith went on a go route right there. Huxley Gross throws a nice ball to him right there. First down, Knights.
Looking to pass out on the right side. Ren Sheets now catching that one. And Sheets puts a head down and gets a few extra after contact. They'll give him 4.
Now, they got to be balanced with their offense and defense, or running and passing plays does Crestview, but right now the pass play, it does appear, is going to be more advantageous to them. But you got to keep Bluffton honest. They'll start jumping the routes and maybe get an interception. That's another impressive stat for Crestview. Each quarterback, Penix and Gross, only have 1 interception apiece.
And now Gross needs to get out of harm's way. He can't. Gabe Meza there. And Meza drops him for a big loss. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 15 yards.
Yeah, just too many white shirts to block for Crestview on the line right there. And Gabe Meza, another player that Coach Richards talked about as far as being one of the most improved players on this squad. He said, we've had several, but Meza, as an outside linebacker and a tight end, has really stepped up his game this year and is one of the reasons we have been really successful on defense.
3rd down, 15. Gross alone in the backfield. Leith goes in motion. Gross looks to pass, has some time. That one got tipped at the line of scrimmage, I think, and it falls incomplete. So a 4th down long.
Yeah, and I think you got to punt it away, but that was intended for Liam Putman. And this is going to bring Cash Hammonds out on the field to punt for Crestview. They did have some positive yardage on that drive compared to their first drive of the game, so that's heading in the right direction if you're a Crestview fan. Need a good punt here and then try and get a stop on D.
Eachus back to return. This one kicked off the side of the foot and gets a Crestview bounce as it goes out at the 35-yard line. So the Pirates back out. I want to remind you tonight's broadcast is sponsored by First Federal of Van Wert. First Federal Bank in Van Wert, your community, your bank.
And, you know, I think it's been a game plan to kick the ball away from Quinn Eachus for Bluffton. He leads the Northwest Conference in punt returns as far as yardage. He is averaging 11 yards per return. And that means he's really lethal back there because 11 is his average, but I'm sure he's had some long runs and some fair catches. So, yeah, nice job.
Gieske to pass on first down, nowhere to go, and he's brought down the sack for the Knights. You don't see that often against the Bluffton Pirates, but a good job by Liam Putman getting in there and bringing Gieske down.
Small school football, you go transition from being a tight end and not being able to catch a ball to possibly convert for a first down to defensive end and getting a sack. Offense to defense, here we go. Second and long, probably maybe the first negative play for Bluffton in this game. 2nd and 12.
9th sack of the season for the Knights defense. Second that the Pirates have given up as they run it with Stackhouse on the right side. Stackhouse with some space, grabbed from behind, but not before a nice gain will make this 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, this is a play that Bluffton right now is able to run because Crestview does not have an answer. The jet sweep to the right. Griffin Stackhouse picks up about 8 on that, makes it 3rd and 5.
It was Aiden Adams in there making the tackle. So 3rd down and 5 for the Pirates. Gieske alone in the backfield. Man in motion, that's Eachus. Gieske will keep it on the counter. Gieske nowhere to go, brought down in the backfield. And a good stand by the Crestview Knights. Will the Pirates punt it away? We'll see. But it's Zayden Martin in the backfield with the big tackle.
Yeah, Aiden and Zayden Martin, they are twins and seniors for Crestview. A couple of quiet kids that just really love the game of football. They get a nice stop there, do the Knights, making it 4th and long, and it does appear that Bluffton's going to punt it away.
Gabe Meza, who we just talked about, now back to punt the ball away. You talk about small school football, gets a sack, and then drops back to punt on the ensuing offensive possession. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Meza gets this one away. A nice high kick, takes a Pirate bounce, continues to roll, and that's going to get down all the way inside the 5. My goodness, Mr. Meza. A 40, make it a 60-yard punt.
Outstanding punt right there. Hayden Parrott can't get to it in the air, and it takes a favorable roll if you're a Bluffton Pirate. Crestview again deep on their side of the field where they'll take over first down.
I don't think this time it crossed the goal line, so I do believe the Knights will take over from deep inside their own 5-yard line. The ball down at the 1 to be specific. So a Loudix first down for the Knights.
This is not an enviable position when you're going against a team that averages giving up 4 points a game. You're on your own 1-yard line. You got to be smart here. You don't want to have a turnover down here, but boy, you got to figure out a way to churn out some first downs.
So the ball up to the 3 officially to start this drive. Gross in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to his right side. They'll keep it on the ground with Leith, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage at least. Actually picks up a yard, so a 2nd and 9 coming up.
Coach Jeff Richards in his 9th season at Bluffton, 47-41-1. It's been interesting and fun to watch how he has turned this program around during his tenure.
Well, and listen, it is a program that he has built. He came in, and it was an interesting time for Bluffton football. Had kind of fallen on some harder times, and it's been I'll call it steady. I don't want to call it slow, but a steady rebuild, and he has gotten this team and really the whole school and culture in a good spot as they wrap up the ball carrier near the goal line. It's not a safety, but I don't believe he got forward progress. In fact, they'll back it up just a bit.
Yeah, nothing there for Braxton Leith, a dynamic runner for Crestview. Just too many white shirts in pursuit of the ball, and Leith's going to come off, and I hope he's okay. He's nursing that ankle injury, and he is frustrated right now. You can tell, and the trainer's with him. Not good news for Crestview.
Not a guy, Crestview. Not that you want to see an injury ever, but not a guy that you want to be missing if you're the Knights, as they have a 3rd and 9, ball on their own 4-yard line. Gross looks to pass, throws out to his right, make it his left, excuse me. The pass is caught, and there'll be enough for the first down as Liam Putman gets the Loudix first down. Loudix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at loudix.com. And a big play for the Knights.
Yeah, they needed that to get out from deep in their own territory, the shadow of their own goalpost, literally. Liam Putman, he looks like a tight end rolling out there, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling.
Another quick pass out to the left. It's caught.
Putman again.
Once again. It's not a first down, but a great gain on first down. Brings up second and about 3 yards.
So the short passing game, it's working very effectively for Crestview. And Cole Harding, he comes to Crestview from being the offensive coordinator at Van Wert, from whence they won a state championship.
Rolling out to his right, Gross looking to pass, has Sheets on the short route, and Sheets able to make the grab, makes a man miss, and another Loudix first down as Crestview now cooking on offense.
I like how Gross runs out under control, as we see on the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken replay, and then Ren Sheets just sitting down right there, catches the football and positive yardage. Here come the Knights. Coach Harding, his third season, 13-11 overall here at Crestview.
11 seconds on the game clock. First and 10, Gross, quick pass. This one caught, brought down immediately as Hayden Parrott as he picks up 2.
Actually, Gross doing some nice things on this drive as far as spreading the ball around, not locked into one receiver.
And the clock hits 0 in the first quarter. And your score after 1, Crestview trailing 14-0 to the visiting Bluffton Pirates. We'll have the second quarter for you after the break. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. And tonight's quarters are sponsored by Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. And it is the second quarter here in Crestview, and the Knights trail 14-0, but starting to pick up a little momentum here on offense, and Mr. Leith is back into the game.
Well, that's good to see if you're a Crestview fan, and yeah, you got to try and attack this Bluffton defense, but you can't just stay with the short passing game, or again, those cornerbacks, those safeties, they'll start jumping routes. You got to keep them honest with the run and the deep ball once in a while. Let's see where Crestview goes here on 2nd and 7.
Empty formation, Gross with the snap. Quick pass out to his left side. That one's caught by Isaiah Barton. And Barton with a nice pickup on second. He's short of the line to gain, but it'll be a 3rd and 2 coming up for the Knights.
Yeah, we said that Gross is spreading the ball around. That's Isaiah Barton's first reception of the game. He is the leading receiver for Crestview, 27 catches on the year for 328 yards and 2 TDs.
And the Knights do like to spread it out. They have 3 different guys that have 8 touchdowns between them. We'll get you those here in a second. Now they look to the sideline. Barton, you mentioned, he has 2 touchdowns, and Parrott and Sheets both with 3 each. So a lot of guys that can do some damage here, but 3rd and 2 to deal with as they hand it to Leith, and Leith has enough for the Loudix first down and more as he gets into Pirate territory up to the 46-yard line.
First time Crestview has been able to get the ball across midfield, and that's somewhat of a moral victory here in the early going. They're starting to put together a really good drive.
1st and 10. 3 down linemen for the Pirates. Empty backfield. Another quick pass. This is Leith. Leith looking for space. Can't find any as Meza brings him down. He only gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He might have lost a yard. We'll see where the referees put him down.
Yeah, you said the key phrase, looking for space. And if you have to look, that means you're not running, and that allows this tenacious Bluffton defense to pursue you. We saw it on display right there. A perfect example of that toughness, that grit of the Bluffton D. And you can say I'm over-exaggerating, but again, they have not given up more than 1 touchdown per game this season. Had 9 shutouts last year.
Now going deep is Gross, and it's well overthrown. He was looking for Isaiah Barton. I think Barton knew right away it was too far as you saw him pull up.
Yeah, and both Barton and Gross looking at the sideline with their palms up. Not on the same page, obviously, right there. As much confusion occurring right there as a tourist trying to navigate the New York subway.
And I'm going to New York City for the first time in 2 weeks, actually.
Awesome. You need any hints or help, let me know. I'll point out some things to go see.
I'm a little nervous, but
You'll be
right.
fine.
3rd down 11. Gross rolling to his right side, picks up a block, now makes the throw, and a nice play from behind as the Pirates knock it away. It's Carson Cruzy in defense. It was intended for Liam Putman.
We saw it earlier with Cash Hammonds doing this exact same maneuver defensively for Crestview. Cruzy puts on a clinic right there as well. Great coaching. He comes across. You can tell there's been some great coaching right there as Cruzy comes across, knocks that ball away, and does not interfere with the receiver.
So the Knights will punt it away again. Quinn Eachus back to return. Snap is low, but they catch it on the bounce, and it's kicked away. Cash Hammonds sends this inside the 10. It's still rolling. Knights are right there on it. So the Knights say, I see you, a punt to the 1-yard line, and we'll return one. So the Knights will come out and take over here. An offense that started to move the ball on their last possession, but just not able to punch it into the end zone. Part of that is they started on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. The game has been played to the left side of the field all night long. Thank goodness we're not in the weather conditions that occurred last Friday night. And athletic director here at Crestview, Austin Fleming, we appreciate his hospitality. He's living right because if that game would have been here, this would be a mud field and it'd be hard as a rock tonight. And unfortunately, the Knights played at Jefferson last Friday night, defeating them 36-0, playing on the turf. So they didn't even get their uniforms dirty. And Bluffton, they defeated LCC 35-0 last week.
And there were definitely dirty uniforms. That man had a dirty one himself as Worcester falls forward for a couple yards.
Dirty uniforms and some issues with the lights throughout the evening.
Two times the lights went off.
Yep, the athletic director of Bluffton, Alex Hanna, a good friend. I felt for him a little bit as that issue presented itself, and there's not much you can do except get on the phone and try and get the electrician there as quickly as possible.
It was a gain of 4 for Worcester, so they put trips out to the right side for the 2nd down 6. It's Lovell in the backfield. Lovell will get the carry. Lovell cuts upfield, picks up a few. It'll be a 3rd and short here.
So Bluffton being conservative, the 2-touchdown lead, don't want to put the ball out there where Crestview could possibly pick it off deep in their own territory. But 3rd and manageable. Got an opportunity here to get a 1st down and then start crunching away at yardage and open up your playbook a little bit.
3rd down 2 officially. Kieske has Worcester behind him. Worcester will get the carry. Worcester with a big hole, and he has enough for the Loudix 1st down and more as he crosses the CK up to near the 30-yard line. I think they give him the 30 exactly, so a good gain on 3rd for the Pirates.
We see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe replay. Yeah, he's a football player. I mean, I'm a Chevy guy, but Landon Worcester, he's built Ford tough.
Hey, nice. Okay, so ball down at the 29-yard line. And you're right. That guy he's not just a fantastic player, but a great kid, always great for the community when some of your star football players are also some of the best young guys you have in your community. As Gieske brought down at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a few actually, but a good job being there on the left side for Aiden Martin.
Yeah, Aiden Martin comes in and fills the hole right away. And, yes, a nice tackle on the sophomore. You've got seniors, but then you've got Tate Gieske and Parker Lovell, a couple of sophomores. Man, I don't see a drop-off next year for these Bluffton Pirates. I just see them reloading and working around those two guys. I know they don't want to talk about next year right now, do the Bluffton Pirates, but, yeah, they've got a nice mix of youth and experience.
And speed as Stackhouse moves up the left side, and a big, big gain into Knight territory. up near the 20-yard line. They mark him down at the 23, maybe the 24. We'll get the official spot, but you get a look at the Lee's replay here.
Yeah, not quite the same action as a jet sweep as Stackhouse comes back to Gieske, but the same result when he gets out to the outside. So quick is Griffin Stackhouse. A great running play there executed by Bluffton.
Gieske rolls to his right this time, wants to pass, throws the short route, a big hit as Bricker takes one. And Bricker's down, he's injured, a flag comes in, but we're going to give the staff a chance to take a look at Bricker as we step aside. You get a look at the hit there, but possibly some penalty yards coming up for the Pirates. We'll be right back. Tonight's Instant Replay is sponsored by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Crestview Knights is First Federal Bank in Van Wert. Your community, your bank. Noah Bricker, the injured Pirate, able to walk off under his own power. And after this play, Dave, I want to ask you a little bit about that call. And it is kind of a newer rule. As Parker Lovell cuts upfield, a flag comes in the area of holding as Lovell gets a couple. We'll see what the referees call here. But, Dave, let's talk a little bit about that new rule.
Yeah, so what we had right there is a defender coming in on the receiver, and the penalty is for hitting a defenseless receiver, and you use the POW concept. We heard referee Jim Epperly, talk about this on our WOSN podcast, The Three Wise Men. If you haven't listened to it, look that up on your social media pieces. But play the ball, P for POW, play the ball, O, open hands, and W, wrap up the ball handler or the receiver in this situation. That did not occur, and during the break, our referee did say he did not use open hands when he made contact with the receiver, hence the penalty.
A good job by the referee explaining that to the crowd. It is a new rule, and I appreciate a referee being willing to explain that as Stackhouse falls forward. After the penalty, it was second down and 20, make it first down and 20 rather, and that carry, no gain, so second and 20 coming up.
Yeah, so we have our first two penalties of the game here, the defenseless receiver personal foul and then holding on Bluffton, and that pushes Bluffton way behind the sticks right now. Crestview has got to hold them. I'm sure they'll go 4 downs or maybe, I don't know, attempt a field goal. You've had Bluffton several times, Evan. Do they have a kicker that can go from this range?
He can kick it pretty far. I don't know what his long is on the year. Gieske wants to pass this time. Gieske pulls it down and tries to make a man miss. He does. The ball came out, but he falls on top. Picks up a couple, but still a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's a coverage stack right there as we see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay. Nothing available downfield, and a nice tackle there by number 68, Abel Rodriguez, to finish things off for Crestview. Or that was 58, I'm sorry. That's David Sarrigan.
So it brings up 3rd down 15. Pirates will split 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Tight end on both sides of the formation. Gieske alone in the backfield. Gieske wants to pass. A little bit of time. Now steps up. Nowhere to go. He's brought down. And it's Putman in the backfield doing it all tonight. Mr. Putman. No gain on that play. A 4th down and long, and we'll see what Coach Richards has to say here.
Yeah, Putman and Will Sheets on that play right there. Changing some personnel, but I think they're going to go for it. This is a big play right here. Crestview doesn't want to allow Bluffton to go up 3 scores. It could be a backbreaker if you pull it off. And conversely, if Crestview can get the football here and maybe drive down the field and dent the scoring column before halftime, that would be very beneficial for them. And Coach Richards, he's going to take a timeout. That's a great timeout right here, Evan.
It's a Metzger Financial Services timeout as we step aside as well. 4:58 on the clock. We'll have 4th down 15 for the Pirates coming up when we return. Tonight's first downs are sponsored by Laudix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at laudix.com. And tonight's timeouts are sponsored by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit metzgerfinancialservices.com. Gieske rolls out left on a 4th and long, now throws toward the end zone, has a man, but it's through his arms. Griffin Stackhouse, the intended target. A well-drawn-up play, and you see the frustration for Mr. Stackhouse, who's a do-it-all player for these Pirates, but instead it'll be first down for the Knights.
Yeah, Stackhouse would like to have that one back in the corner of the end zone. Slips through his hands, and taking a 3-score lead into halftime would be absolutely detrimental to Crestview, and it doesn't happen, so the Knights are going to be able to take over 1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line. Another thing with small school football I look at, you know how they talk about turnovers are so important. You can look at who won, who had fewer turnovers. I look at in small school football how many guys you got going both ways.
Sure.
Bluffton has 7, Crestview has 8, but Bluffton has 15 seniors in starting positions. Crestview has 10.
First down here, little counter play. They give it to Leith and nowhere to go. Runs right into a host of tacklers on the bottom of that pirate pile. The pirate pile is Parker Lovell.
That's like unique New York, and you're going to New York, so that's
go.
great. You got to work on those tongue twisters a little bit. The middle 8 is what we're approaching. That's a new phrase with football. The last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the first 4 minutes of the third. Crestview will get the football at the beginning of the third.
And they throw it quickly out left, almost intercepted, as it was intended for Leith.
Yeah, I think Mesa got it. Yeah, he almost pulled that one in. That's where Bluffton's starting to creep up with this short passing game by Crestview, and rightly so. The Knights have not been able to keep them honest with the deep ball, so that defense is just going to keep coming up towards the line of scrimmage and making it all the tougher for Huxley Gross to find an open receiver.
3rd down, 10. Gross wants to pass. They try to set up a screen, and nothing there. There's actually not a receiver in the area.
I think Liam Putman was in the area. He went back and he's talking to Gross right there. Yeah.
Sure.
But, yeah, they were not on the same page. They got to figure that one out. I like the idea of a screenplay right there, but Crestview unable to execute. They're going to have to punt it away and ask their defense to stiffen up one more time at least here in the second quarter.
It's still 4:12 on the clock. Bluffton still with 2 Metzger Financial Services timeouts. So still a chance to punch one in here before the half. This one, a nice kick high in the air, bounces at the 47-yard line and back into Pirate territory. Rolls down and stops right on the 40-yard line. So the Pirates will come back out on offense. It's an offense that has moved the ball pretty well, but a couple setbacks have, I guess, caused them to only score 14 points, which I'm sure they're not quite used to in the first half.
Yeah, overall, Crestview has stiffened up. They've got to be pretty pleased, but they've got to finish the half out. Only being down 2 scores at halftime, it's a whole different thought in the locker room compared to 3, and I do think this is really, really tough right here, a challenging situation for the Knight defense, because Bluffton, they understand we put one in right now, and we can really think about finishing this thing off early in the third quarter.
I want to thank Citizens National Bank sponsoring our quarters tonight. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com, as Worcester has a nice pickup on first down, picks up 8.
There's the left side of that offensive line again, Shank and Sugar and Diller. And then also just the way Worcester hits the hole. He took the ball, just thought for just a quick second, and then boom.
There's no fear. There's no fear, because you never know. You go through a hole, there could be a linebacker there, there could be a safety going at your knees. He doesn't care. 2nd down, short. Pass complete to Eachus. Nice open field tackle, but Eachus with the first down, sponsored by Laudix Jewelry.
It's Bryson Penix on the catch, but a nice catch, throw and catch right there for Bluffton. Gieske throws the ball with a lot of confidence, Evan, and rightly so. You're 6-0, and you're averaging 444 yards of total offense. Nice job by the sophomore.
Gieske this season, if you missed it at the top of the broadcast, came into this afternoon 47 of 48. It'll be Stackhouse with the carry, picks up a few. 853 yards through the air this season, averages 12.5 yards per completion. 12 touchdowns, only 1 interception coming into today.
Yeah, those are outstanding stats.
And it helps when you've only been sacked 1 time as well. Now 2, but
Yep. And I know we keep mentioning the left side of that offense. We need to talk about Braylon Goings and Hunter Betts on the right side. Just do an outstanding job giving Gieske and all the skill guys a lot of opportunities.
give it back to Stackhouse, and he goes out of bounds to stop the clock at 2:25.
We see that play on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay. Stackhouse again. He's had a lot of touches here in the first half, and he's made do on every one of them. Been very effective. Crestview has not had an answer for number 4 out there in a white jersey.
The referees might measure this. They're taking a good hard look at it. And they're still talking, still trying to figure it out.
Looks like he was just shy of the first down.
And now they'll stop it.
The umpire right there, Matt Cummins, over the ball. He's a Lima Perry product. I remember coaching against him back in the day in the sport of basketball.
You mentioned the instant replay from Lee's just a minute ago. Want to thank them for sponsoring the replays tonight. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Also want to thank First Federal Bank in Van Wert, tonight's premier sponsor for the Crestview Knights. First Federal Bank, your community, your bank. You see the chains march out. You know, Bluffton kind of in the thick of their tough NWC run. They had LCC last week, a tough Crestview team this week. They still have to see Fort Loramie, and hey, a Week 10 matchup with Columbus Grove. And if you talk to this coaching staff, they've got nothing to say about Columbus Grove yet. Nothing to say, and I understand that.
That's great that you
but
bring
if you
that
talk,
up.
1 second, Dave, if you look across from us right here, you look at all those Bluffton fans, they certainly have things to say about that Columbus Grove matchup in Week 10.
Yeah, and I had mentioned to Coach Richards, you know, you're not playing on Friday night. There's a Columbus Grove Fort Loramie game out there. You're going to go take a look at that live, and there was no comment from him.
No comment.
No comment.
Absolutely not.
Did not want to give me any information that would create fodder on the airwaves of WOSN for the Columbus Grove community and contingent.
It is short of the first down, so 3rd and inches here for the Pirates. And now they'll give it to Worcester, and Worcester picks up that Loudix first down.
Bryson Penix on the tackle for Crestview, but there he is again. Landon Worcester off the right side of that offensive line this time, picks up that Loudix first down. Again, 2:05, 2 minutes and change left here. Big time for the Crestview defense. They've got to stiffen up here, keep Bluffton out of the end zone.
Pirates in the gun. Stackhouse gets the fake, and then it goes to Worcester, and Worcester still pushing forward on the ground. He ends up back at the line of scrimmage. A good stop there by the Knights.
Zayden Martin shoots through the gap right there. Jake Harmon, the defensive coordinator for Crestview, starting to send some guys here a little bit. You got to do that. You can't be on your heels against this Bluffton offense, or they'll take advantage of you. Makes it 2nd and 10.
That's not an easy tackle either from Zayden Martin.
No.
He's got to work hard with those arms to hold on to a really strong Landon Worcester. 2nd down 10. Shotgun, trips right. They fake it. Now a pass over the top. It's Noah Bricker, who was injured earlier, and he's back, and he's in the end zone for a Springfield Fireworks touchdown. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton, your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items, open 7 days a week, 9 to 8. Pirates up 20-0.
Tate Gieske, he throws a fake in there, and that sucked the secondary for Crestview in. And then Noah Bricker gets behind that Crestview defense, touches the ball, and takes it to the football promised land.
Brown back out for the PAT. 1:08 on the clock. Kick is up. Kick is high. Kick is good. 21-0. Pirates on top here in Crestview. Minute and 8 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be right back with more after this. Tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Tonight's first downs are sponsored by Laudix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at loudix.com.
So nice drive there by the Pirates. The pass from Gieske to Bricker puts the score 21-0. Do you think about an onside kick here at all if you're Bluffton just to try and get the ball back and score with minute 8? You have 2 timeouts left. I don't think Coach Richards will do that, but you want to have it in your arsenal.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, but they do end up kicking this long. It'll be returned by Isaiah Barton going from right to left, and Barton with a decent return.
Yeah.
Crossing the 35, 25, 35. We'll get the official spot for you here in a second. As I said, these eyes not quite as good as they used to be.
I think we're right at the 30-yard line.
We are indeed. The Knights still with 3 timeouts, 1:02 on the clock. You certainly don't want to make a mistake and go down 4 scores.
Correct. What a beautiful night for football. Saturday night special. Crestview with all 3 timeouts. If they could churn out a first down and have some time on the clock, you might see them try and find the long ball against this Bluffton defense. But, again, this veteran defense, they're going to be ready for it, I suspect.
They keep an empty backfield. Now a man in motion. Gross looks to pass. Gross still looking, now just has to throw it away. Good coverage from the Pirates.
Great coverage, great decision by Gross right there to get rid of that football so it's not a negative play in any way, shape, or form. Stops the clock. Heady play by the junior.
So it stays 10 yards, it's second down, 55 on the clock. Spread formation, 2 wide receivers either direction. In motion goes Leith. Leith will get the carry. Leith looking for space, nowhere to go, and it's the Pirates in the backfield once again. Evan Grodhouse.
Yeah, we see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay. I'm getting ready for hoop season.
Hey, man, I'm always in hoop season.
Yeah, Braxton Leith meets Mr. Evan Grodhouse. As you said, behind the line of scrimmage, makes it 3rd and 12. And Coach Richards, he could use his timeouts right now to get the ball back, but he's going to let it continue to run. Crestview with at least one more play here before halftime.
5 on the play clock. Gross. Keep it on the ground. Leith picks up a couple. Clock at 5 and no timeout from the Pirates or the Knights, and so the clock will hit 0. Halftime here in Crestview. The Pirates on top 21-0 in this NWC matchup on WOSN. We'll have the second half for you after the break. Tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Tonight's quarters are sponsored by Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. Third quarter about to begin here in Crestview. The Pirates of Bluffton with a 21-0 lead. Evan Skilleter, Dave Bowen with you. And Dave, good first half for the Pirates. We saw some good stuff from the Knights, but ultimately no points on the board.
Correct. For Bluffton, they had 5 drives in that first half. They scored 3 touchdowns. So they only punted once, and then they turned the ball over on downs on one possession. For Crestview, they had 5 possessions as well. They had to punt the ball 4 times, and they did start to gain some yardage and have some consistency. Coach Harding talked about Huxley Gross being a game manager, and we're seeing that on display. He's doing a nice job back there, putting his offense in position to execute, but that Bluffton defense makes it so tough. Crestview had 4 punts, as I said, and then their last drive ended at the half. So Bluffton, we've seen that consistency. We talk about Gross being a game manager. The whole Bluffton offense, consistent. You've seen them play several times. They're not bringing anything out that's surprising anybody. Coach Harding, in scouting for this game, he's seeing what he thought he would see. It's just impressive. Bluffton does not get bored with success. It's all about doing the little things exactly right, which add up to big positives for these Pirates.
Jackson Brown will kick this one away. And as it does most Octobers in Ohio, the temperature as the sun goes down has dropped significantly, but it's not cold. It's perfect. It is a beautiful, beautiful night for high school football as this one's kicked down to the 5-yard line and will be returned down the left side by number 11. Sorry, I almost read the Bluffton roster. Number 11 for Crestview, and that is Hayden Parrott.
So Crestview's going to start this drive right around their own 25-yard line, and let's see if they got a little spark in there at halftime and can come out and establish themselves early on. Again, it's nothing against the Knights. It's just this Bluffton defense. We said they had 9 shutouts last year. They have 2 shutouts this year, and again, it is so tough to find positive yardage, positive greenway pastures against Bluffton in this defensive unit.
Bluffton with only 2 shutouts, but only a few touchdowns that they've given up all year.
Yeah, only giving up those 4 points a game. There's a nice pass. Oh!
Hard to throw it over the head of Ren Sheets as he almost gets up and grabs that. A good-looking pass, just a little too high from Mr. Gross.
He comes around the right side. Man, he gets a lot on that throw while he's running. Really didn't have his feet set. It would have been a great catch. It goes through Sheets' hands. Ren Sheets, one of the leaders along with Braxton Leith that Coach Harding has been very pleased with this year. He would have liked to seen that senior leader pull that one in.
2nd and 10 now. Gross stays in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers out to his right side. He looks that way and throws, and again, it's over the head of Sheets.
Yeah, it looks like Huxley Gross may have gotten an adrenaline shot there at halftime because he's overshot the 6'5", 6'6" Ren Sheets on 2 consecutive plays. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Knights here, and now you're locked into throwing the ball most likely.
3rd down 10 for the Knights. Dave and I both filled in on the Vanderbilt-Alabama score, which by the time you're watching this, you will have seen the result. 40-28, though, Vanderbilt over Alabama. Relevant, I suppose, for Ohio State fans, but that one knocked away. And a nice job in the defensive backfield by Javen Crawfus. First time we've said his name tonight, but for good reason because he's locked up a couple wide receivers this evening.
Yeah, they've just tried to stay away from him, and we see why. Isaiah Barton, the intended receiver, Gross took a little bit off of that one, had a little more air under it, and Crawfus was able to recover. And again, textbook coverage where he knocks the ball harmlessly away from the receiver, does not make contact with the receiver. Great defense, Javen Crawfus.
Eachus back to return the punt. Cash Hammond's back to punt it away. This one's low spiraling kick, and it bounces out of bounds. Just went off the side of his foot, not characteristic of Hammonds. The Pirates will get good field position.
Somebody needs to run up to him and have him get his head up because right now he's really, his nonverbals, he's really upset with himself. And that's where leadership comes into play at the high school level, teaching and learning and growing together. Aiden Martin goes out there and says something to him.
So the Pirates now with the Laudex Jewelry first down. Laudex Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at laudex.com. First down for the Pirates. They keep it on the ground. And up the middle they go. A first down. A nice carry from Landon Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester rumbling, bumbling, stumbling right up the middle. Ren Sheets releases from his block and is able to get the tackle, but Worcester, as this drive starts on the Crestview 40, takes it all the way down to the Crestview 29. That's a chunk play for the Pirates, and they are finding their way to the red zone here in the early going of quarter number 3.
Gieske again in the shotgun. He'll keep this one in the air. It's tipped up in the air and almost one-handed intercepted by Ren Sheets, but it hits the turf. 2nd and 10, but a great play on the defensive line.
Yeah, Ren Sheets, again, that defensive end for Crestview. I think he was the one who got a hand on it initially as well. You get the touch and the catch. That's a heck of a play. Unable to come up with the catch, but that is a play that momentarily stops this Bluffton offense.
2nd and 10 now for the Pirates. 6-0 this season, 3-0 in the Northwest Conference. Here's the snap. They'll keep it on the ground with Worcester. He cuts it inside for a nice 2nd down pickup.
You're in 4-down territory right now as you are at the 20-yard line or 25-yard line. Make it 3rd and a short 6. 2-down territory for the Pirates.
Couple new players running in for the Pirates. Worcester still in the backfield. 4 wide receivers split out left. Gieske rolling that way. Gieske to throw, and either intended for Eachus or Stackhouse, but it falls incomplete nonetheless.
Yeah, overthrows one, underthrows the other. They might have some fun talking about that one in the film room tomorrow. Well, Monday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow being Sunday for us, used to being on a Friday night.
So a 4th down 6, and they went for a 4th and very long earlier in one of those awkward spots where you can't really punt, you can't really kick a field goal, and right here, kind of the same situation, but this time it's 4th down 6. 2 wide receivers split out left for Gieske, 1 up at the top of your screen. Gieske runs out to the right side. Gieske has space. Gieske has the Laudex 1st down as he's knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, and a 1st down for the Pirates.
Hayden Parrott pushes him out of bounds, but again, all night long, Bluffton has been able to get out on the edge running the football. It's Gieske here. It's been Stackhouse predominantly throughout this game, and that is enough for a Bluffton 1st down.
Worcester lined up behind Gieske in the pistol this time. Stackhouse splits out to the left. Man in motion. They give it to him. Running to the outside, looking for space, not finding any. Looking for a number on that one, I apologize. That's Noah Bricker on the carry, picks up a yard.
1 yard on the gain. That was Aiden Martin on the tackle. As we said, Bluffton leading the Northwest Conference in total yards per game at 444 and total rushing yards per game at 292. They're getting close to those numbers here at the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Stackhouse in motion this time. Gieske's going to keep it. Gieske nowhere to go. Leith in the backfield to bring him down.
Yeah, Braxton Leith pumped up on that one. Does a nice job fighting off the block as we see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay. Great job reading that the ball was not handed off. Braxton Leith, yeah, we see him fired up. That's what high school football is all about right there, Evan.
And I love it. You're down 21-0. You're deep in your own end, but you're still getting pumped up. You're still trying to lead your team. That's exactly right, Dave. It's what it's all about. Keeping your head up, playing hard every play, and it's no gain, 3rd down 9. Gieske alone in the backfield this time. He'll look to pass. Gieske still looking. Forced outside. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Gets close to the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown. Tate Gieske, nothing there. Psych, 6 points.
Yeah, Ren Sheets has him in the grasp, but he's able to get out of it, and then he slices and dices to pay dirt, and Bluffton scores again, their 4th touchdown of the game.
It's fireworks for Mr. Gieske, the Springfield Fireworks touchdown. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton, your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 8. Jackson Brown in for the PAT. Kick is up And another nice one goes through. 28-0. Bluffton strikes first in the second half. We'll be right back with more after this on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay is sponsored by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Tonight's timeouts are sponsored by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit metzgerfinancialservices.com.
Bluffton with 4 scoring drives on the night thus far, and 3 of them have been finished off via the run, Evan. Runs by Stackhouse on the first drive, the first TD drive, second TD drive by Worcester, and then that last one, Gieske scampers in from 10 yards out.
So Brown will line this one up to kick. It'll be returned from inside the 5-yard line up the left. And good coverage from the Pirates. They stop him inside the 20, so Crestview will come back out on offense.
Hayden Parrott with the return for the Knights. Huxley Gross remaining at quarterback. Bryson Penix is playing. He's quarterback for the Knights in the early part of the season, but he is focusing on defense now. Huxley Gross taking over the reins for this Knight offense. And again, tonight, not a true indicator. Last week, he led them to a 36-point victory. Tonight's been a tough road to hoe against these Bluffton Pirates.
And the pass behind the target, Putman, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Just execution right there. As far as the play, the design of the play, it was there. Found a crease in that Bluffton defense, and the ball goes off of Putman's hands. Make it 2nd and 10.
Leith in the backfield here. 3 wide receivers on the right side. 1 to the left. Pirates 3 down linemen. They show blitz, and they blitz around the outside, and looking for space is Leith. He's hit hard. Might have picked up a yard, but either way, not much there. They do give him 1. 3rd and 9 coming up, and a look at the Lee's replay.
Yeah, Leith is a very good runner, but tonight, Mr. Leith meet Mr. Worcester.
All-state linebacker Landon Worcester, you can see why there.
And again, he's able to do what he does because of what the defensive line does. They hold their blocks. They give him an opportunity to fill those holes, and he does so right there, meeting Leith for no gain.
3rd down and 10, so it's a loss of 1 officially. Gross to pass. Gross, the left side. That one's intercepted. Big pick by Javen Crawfus, and he's got a chance to take this back. Crawfus looking for space, runs into Ren Sheets, returns this to the 6-yard line, and the Pirates with a big play on defense. We mentioned Crawfus earlier on a pass breakup, and this time he goes skyward for the pick.
Great athleticism right there by Crawfus, and then now he's looking to find pay dirt around the left side. The only thing negative you would say is he didn't switch the ball to the other hand, but I'm not a running back. I got an interception. I'm going to get what I can. That's the first turnover for either team in this game.
And officially down at the 7-yard line, so the Pirates with a 1st and goal, looking to push this lead to 34, potentially 35 points. A lot of first down for the Pirates.
Yeah, knowing we had a lot of football to play yet, I was like, Crestview moral victory, 21-0 at halftime. These scores that Bluffton has put on the board, remember, they're averaging 49.5 points per game, and until just here in the first half of the 3rd quarter, Crestview's been able to hold them in check somewhat.
This is Lovell on the right side looking for space. Not much there, and maybe an injured player as someone's slow to get up, but everyone up on that one. Not much there. We'll bring up 2nd down.
And again, we've talked about Parker Lovell, the sophomore. He gives Landon Worcester an opportunity to get a breather, but Coach Richards has said that Parker Lovell, he has really exceeded our expectations. Yeah, did we have expectations for him coming into this season? Absolutely. But the consistency that he has brought to the table and the depth at running back, giving Worcester a break, it has just really helped to make this offense that much tougher.
Now Worcester makes a man miss in the backfield. It was the right call from the Knights. They were able to be disruptive but not able to make the tackle. Is Zayden Martin. You see here just a nice quick cut by Worcester. We talk about his strength and his north-south ability, but good little shifty there.
Yeah. Jake Harmon sends Zayden Martin in on the blitz, the defensive coordinator for Crestview, Jake Harmon, and Worcester is able to pick up positive yardage. But you got to gamble a little bit down here, and Crestview does right there, unable to get Worcester in the backfield.
Gieske throws this one. He faked like he was going to run. He throws it to the end zone, and it's caught by Noah Bricker. His second touchdown of the evening, and the Pirates knocking on the door of a 35-point lead on the scoreboard sponsored by Webb Insurance Agency.
Not quite the pop pass or, what.
The jump pass, the Tim Tebow jump pass,
right? Tim Tebow jump pass, because he didn't sell it as much, but he didn't need to. And then he throws a seed right there for the Bluffton touchdown, does Tate Gieske.
You see in the top right, your touchdown sponsor, Springfield Fireworks. PAT pending. Jackson Brown puts it up and puts it through. 35-0, a running clock when we return. Bluffton on top of Crestview in tonight's NWC matchup on WOSN. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Crestview Knights is First Federal Bank in Van Wert. Your community, your bank. Tonight's touchdowns are sponsored by Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton, your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 8.
Bluffton has blown this thing wide open here in the early part of the third quarter, scoring 14 unanswered points to go up 35-0. We talked about them averaging 49.5 points per game. They have scored 50, 42, 63, 52, 55, and oh, by the way, LCC held them to their lowest output last Friday night of what they have right now, 35.
Brown will send this one deep. Again, a running clock now in effect with a 35-point lead. This one a bit short compared to his other ones. It takes a hop, and Crestview will return. This is Hayden Parrott looking for space on the right side, and they say get north and south because if you go east and west, you won't find any space, and he didn't there.
But it's easier said than done. When you have these white shirts coming at you, you're thinking, I want to go north and south, but I can't find a hole here, I can't find a hole here. And in the meantime, you're moving north or east and west, as you said, and Parrott goes down. 1st and 10 for the Knights on their own 17-yard line.
The last drive started from the 16. Gross in the backfield. A new runner standing beside him. Get you a number here shortly.
Yeah, that's Zayden Martin.
That's Zayden Martin. Good. Martin up the right side. Dave, good eyes.
Yeah, picked up number 20 there.
Lovell on the tackle, but not before a nice gain on first down. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Zayden Martin took over a lot of the workload when Braxton Leith was out with that ankle injury. And I think he's okay, but, he's not back to 100%. So I think maybe Coach Harding is making a decision right now to not put Braxton Leith out there the remainder of this game. We'll see.
And Gross almost dropped that snap. He bobbled it for sure. He's able to get it back, as you see there on the Lee's replay. And he picks up a first down tonight, sponsored by Laudex Jewelry.
Evan Grothaus with the tackle.
He's got a great first name, by the way.
Evan?
Yeah.
I guess you're right, Mr. Skilleter.
I don't think we have any Daves out there. We do have David Sarrigan.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought maybe you were talking about Huxley. I like Huxley.
Huxley's a good name. I like that name. First down 10 for Huxley. He's going to hand this one off to Martin. Martin looking for space, and he runs into Cruzy. Nice job by Carson Cruzy flying up from his defensive back slot, but a decent pickup on first down.
And you talked about Bluffton looking down the road a little bit. We can do that. The coaches and the players need to stay focused on the task at hand, but they have Fort Loramie next week. And then looking at Week 10, Columbus Grove. Well, Crestview, they get the daunting task of playing Columbus Grove right back here at Crestview next week. So you go from the proverbial frying pan to the fire if you're the Knights.
Quick throw down the right side, and Sheets hadn't turned around yet as that one hits the turf.
Gross's pass falls incomplete, intended for number 14.
Brody Anderson there in coverage. 3rd down, 7 coming up, and as this third quarter winds down, want to remind you your quarters are sponsored tonight by Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. 3rd down, 7 now as the clock ticks under 2.
Yeah, this Crestview coaching staff knew this task was not going to be easy. Coach Harding spoke very highly of the Bluffton defense, but there's no quit in these Crestview Knights. They're trying to find something.
Gross passes over the top. Sheets goes down, and the flag comes in.
And that's going to be pass interference on the Pirates. Looks like Kaiser Young. Is that the right? Number 6, excuse me. Brody Anderson with the defensive pass interference infraction. Chris Ewald, our referee, making the call. I like the stadiums where you have the referee mic'd up.
It's so much easier for fans as well as broadcasters. And we talked about earlier, Chris Ewald was able to sort of explain a call to the fans. Now, obviously referees are not obligated to do so, and it's not like he took too long with the explanation, but just a little extra there to let the fans know what happened. I really like that, and I think Chris does a great job. Also a basketball referee.
Yes, he is.
And, yeah, great crew here this evening. Now they'll keep it on the ground with Martin on first. Martin gets up the field. Nice job keeping his feet. Makes a couple guys miss, and he will not go down as it takes 4 or 5 Pirates to eventually bring him down.
He makes a read right here. Nice blocking by that Crestview offensive line on this play. And then it's just fortitude, intestinal fortitude, a bunch of syllables and 2 words to describe the simplistic word guts.
Were you an English teacher?
I was.
Oh, man. I couldn't tell. 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5 here. 13 on the clock. They get the snap off. Passing out to the right side. Here's Ren Sheets as Sheets is pushed out of bounds. He's near a first down as the clock will tick to 0 in the 3rd quarter. And it will be a first down when we return. 4th quarter coming up soon. The Pirates on top of the Knights 35-0 here on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Tonight's quarters are sponsored by Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com.
So Crestview putting together another drive. See if they can get down to the red zone. They have not been inside the red zone all night long. Again, you're working on this game, but you're also looking at tomorrow if you're the Crestview coaching staff, trying to make sure that we're getting better every play, every rep with Huxley Gross back there.
Gross forced out of the pocket, looking to pass. Now pulls it down and run. We haven't seen that a lot from him tonight.
No, and Coach Harding did share with me that Gross is more, not one-dimensional per se, but he's going to look to throw the ball 80% of the time back there in the pocket. And you got to give credit to his offensive line. We haven't seen Crestview run the ball real effectively, but he has had time to throw, Huxley Gross has, but he does tuck it and run it right there for a nice gain of 4 yards.
2nd and 6 now. Empty backfield. Pirates just bring 3. Now they bring Worcester late, but a good pass out to the right side caught by Sheets. And he picks up a yard, so a 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5. I would say you're in 2-down territory if you're the Knights on Bluffton's side of the 50. You don't need to get it all here, but you got to give yourself a manageable 4th down.
3rd down 5. Knights with 20 on the play clock, taking their time. 2 out to the left, 1 to the right. And the snap is, I think, a direct snap to Martin. It hits the turf, and the Pirates fall on top. Getting into the backfield quickly is Ethan Coley, and Coley with the fumble recovery.
So there's a play right there that Crestview hasn't shown this year where it's a direct snap to the running back, and unfortunately Martin unable to reel it in. And at first I thought, well, Crestview is going to give themselves a long 4th down, but it ends up being a fumble, and Bluffton recovers 1st and 10 for the Pirates on the Crestview 42-yard line.
That's a Laudex Jewelry first down for the Pirates, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. Visit them at 1244 South Shannon Street in Van Wert or online at laudex.com. They pitch this one out to the right side. Worcester still in the game, picks up a positive gain on first down, only a yard.
And there's that example of no quit for the Knights. Zayden Martin, he just fumbled the ball, turned it over. Who's in on the tackle to lead the way for Crestview? Number 20, Zayden Martin. And that's what you want to see as well. Good toughness exhibited there by that Crestview Knight.
1 yard pickup, 2nd down 8. 2 yard pickup. Gieske takes the snap, quick pass out to the left side. It's Stackhouse. Stackhouse makes one man miss, now turns on the Jets as he picks up the Laudex first down, crossing into Knight territory.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Griffin Stackhouse. We see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe replay right here. He knows how to go north and south, and when he gets it on the jet sweep, he's looking to turn it up as quickly as possible to give himself more room with that sideline. Just has had an outstanding game tonight, has number 4, Griffin Stackhouse, the 5'10", 161-pound senior.
You saw the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken replay there. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. And the Pirates pick up a couple more on first down as that clock continues to tick, now under 9 minutes.
Lovell with the carry again now. There's no secrets right now. It's just going to be basic fundamental football, and this Crestview defense, they just got to really be tough here, finishing this thing out, playing with pride and determination and for each other.
It's a gain of 6, 2nd down 4 now for the Pirates. Gieske in the gun. Lovell lined up to his right. Lovell now in motion. They'll pass it out to him, and he's met in the backfield, spins off a defender, and then spins off 2 more. He's still on his feet. My goodness.
Yes, a great run right there by Lovell. We see it on the Lee's Famous Recipe replay. Does a great job. Liam Putman has him. He gets away from that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breaks around 5 tackles before he's taken down. You're going to love looking at that one on the scouting reporter, when you review this game for Bluffton. Just a great run when you're up 35-0. Very impressive.
From a coaching standpoint, you look for guys to key on, right? Well, Bluffton's got about 5 you have to worry about, if not more, as Lovell will get another carry here up the left side. And this time a nice tackle by Crestview, dropping him for just a short gain, and that was David Sarrigan.
Now, I know I should know this. We did Bluffton Grove in the playoffs last year, right?
We did, you and I, yes.
And then Grove beat them in the regular season as well. So, in my top 5.
You're about to get called. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You're about to get so many calls from Bluffton people for you saying that on the air when Bluffton's up 35-0. They're not going to love it, Dave. They're not going to love it.
I want to put Bluffton in my top 5 in the area, but until you get that taken care of and take care of that albatross of defeating Columbus Grove, I can't do it because Grove's undefeated right now as well. And I don't think Bluffton would want it any other way. They want to earn it. And that's what they're showing out here tonight, that they are putting themselves in a position to earn it. Did I save myself there?
Yeah, you're great.
I
love it. I love it. I think you're right. There's a lot of good football teams in this area. We're looking at a Marion local team who could very well break a long-standing win streak record this season. Mm-hmm. Columbus Grove, who has obviously been tremendous. A lot of MAC teams that are fantastic. But this Pirate team definitely sniffing at that top 5 list.
They are definitely in that conversation. They are part of that membership.
The Knights jump, but not far enough for encroachment. Play clock down to 4 for the Pirates. 3rd down, 6. Gieske takes the snap. And someone call a timeout. They blew the play dead. I believe it's a Metzger Financial Services timeout, but none of the referees have signaled that that's the case.
And we're going
to call it that. Yeah. We'll step aside with 5:51 here in the 4th. It's a Metzger Financial Services timeout. We'll be right back. Tonight's premier sponsor for the Crestview Knights is First Federal Bank in Van Wert. Your community, your bank. Tonight's touchdowns are sponsored by Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton. Your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 8.
Again, Bluffton has the 0 up there for Crestview. Crestview came into this game averaging 33 points a game.
And now the ball comes out, and a strip sack right there as Liam Putman gets in the backfield, and it's Crestview football.
Jace Wayner with the recovery for the Knights. Great job, as you said. Putman comes around the left side, and he makes contact just as Gieske looks to unload that ball via the pass. And as a result, Crestview is going to take over on the fumble recovery. Great job by that Crestview defense coming off of that timeout.
So the Knights offense will take over. And coming into this evening, Tate Gieske only sacked 1 time. I believe that's the 2nd sack of this evening, for the Knights. If not, still doubling the total of sacks against the Pirates for the season.
Yeah, just a tough deal. You're not in it for moral victories at this point in the season, but there's some things that Crestview has done well that other teams haven't all year long against this Bluffton team.
And a flag comes out. Too much movement before the play.
And we haven't had much laundry on the field at all tonight. Both of these teams have been very fundamentally sound.
So 1st and 15 now as they back up 5 yards on the penalty.
That sure does make the officiating for this crew a lot easier to execute as well when the teams are playing sound fundamental football.
You mentioned that Columbus Grove Crestview game next week. That'll be here on WOSN Friday night at 10 p.m. Friday at 10 over on WTLW, you'll see Wapak and Elida as the Pirates take it right back. The Pirates turning the tables. It's Leighton Miller with the interception on the far side, and you'll get a look at the Lee's replay here.
Huxley Gross looks out to the right side, trying to go to Ren Sheets, but Bluffton back there in a zone defense, and Miller just sitting on it, and he recovers it. Bluffton with the ball again, trying to get this game into the 40s with 4:49 to play.
I wish Leighton Miller knew I was trying to read our upcoming broadcast schedule here, but he just had to cut into the broadcast. Nice job by Mr. Miller with the interception. I also want to mention we'll have New Bremen versus Coldwater next weekend. It'll be on WTLW Saturday at 9 a.m. Throughout the week, Tuesday at 7, you can see Kalida and Columbus Grove volleyball. Wednesday at 7, New Bremen and Coldwater volleyball. The Pirates go down in the backfield. And then to cap off our week of volleyball, Friday at 7 p.m., St. Henry and Fort Recovery.
I'm excited to be part of the WOSN crew for that Coldwater New Bremen volleyball match. It'll be Tuesday night. New Bremen needs to get the win against Coldwater. That'll be a daunting task. It's at Coldwater. Coldwater's undefeated. If New Bremen can pull it off, they'll all be in position for a 3-way tie, Coldwater, New Bremen, and St. Henry, just like last year.
2nd and 9, Stackhouse on the sweep, looking for the edge. He's pushed out of bounds. Nice job in pursuit there by Liam Putman.
If Coldwater can get that victory, they'll put themselves in the position to win the Midwest Athletic Conference in volleyball.
we've got an injured player down on the field. So with that, we'll step aside as well. 3:47 on the clock. Pirates on top, 35-0. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067. And tonight's instant replay is sponsored by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here.
Number 15 for Crestview, Braxton Kaus, the injured player, comes off under his own power. I think he just had the wind knocked out of him, but he suffered an injury earlier in the season. We see his left arm heavily wrapped. Good to see that it's not an issue with that left arm.
Third down now for the Pirates, 3rd and 9. They hand this to Lovell, and Lovell nowhere to go as Crestview gets in the backfield on a nice blitz package.
Aiden Martin on the tackle that time. So Aiden and Zayden, twins, as I said earlier. They look very much alike. You know how I figured out which one's which? Well, Aiden starts with A, and he's number 10, and Zayden starts with a Z, and he's number 20. So alphabetically and numerically, they go from first to last.
So a 4th and 9, another one of those awkward spots for a 4th and 9. And so the Pirates will line up to go for it, and you can't fault them. What are they supposed to do? You can't punt from here.
Yeah. Running clock, you're going to try and get what you can here. They go with the screen.
It's caught by Bricker. He stays on his feet, and Bricker up the field. Alodick's first down, and the Pirates keep that clock ticking.
Again, outstanding execution. Crestview defense, the defensive line, they realize we got through here too easily, but by that time it's too late. Bricker on the middle screen pushes it up to the 10-yard line. Now, I wouldn't be surprised at this point in time if Coach Coach Richards takes the pedal, a foot off the gas pedal, and they be a little more conservative. But that's the old wing T right now. I had St. Mary's last week, and that's it right there.
Bricker up the right side off tackle, gets around the 5. Don't think the Pirates can kneel out the clock.
Exactly. I don't either. And they can't get another first down because it was 1st and goal right there from the 10.
Make sure you stay tuned after the game for our post-game show and Stolly Insurance Hustle Award winner. Check out our YouTube page to see tonight's winner and all past winners. Minute and a half to go. Gieske takes the snap, gives back to Bricker, and he moves the pile closer to the goal line, but not quite there. So a 3rd down now. You mentioned volleyball, Dave, and, well, my Bluffton Pirates and your Crestview Knights. I guess this is the first time we've brought it up here in the booth, but I am a Bluffton guy. You are a Crestview guy, and the volleyball match, my goodness, over here at your place goes 5 sets.
Outstanding match. Crestview wins 3-2 over the Pirates to go undefeated and win the Northwest Conference. That wasn't their last match in conference play, but it was the most hotly contested this year. Give Bluffton credit. They came in to the Ray Etzler Gymnasium and gave great effort, but just came up a little bit short as Bluffton scores right there.
It's Noah Bricker, 3rd consecutive carry, goes into the end zone for the Pirate touchdown to push this lead to 41-0, 30 on the clock, and I'm not sure how this works. If it hits 0, can you just not kick it?
I do believe that is the case, but they're going to be able to get it off here.
Brown in, snap good, hold good, kick is good as well. So 42-0, and that clock will continue to tick. So, well, no, it stops at 11, so they do have to kick it, excuse me.
Again, total domination. I know it sounds like a broken record, but the Bluffton defense, as Dennis Green said a few years ago, Coach Harding can agree, they were who we thought they were. This Crestview offense, as we said, they averaged 33 points per game, 366 yards of total offense, 167 on the ground, 199 passing. and Bluffton has just taken so many things away from them tonight to make it extremely difficult, and that's the reason the Knights have not been able to dent the scoring column.
So Bluffton will kick this one away after the Springfield Fireworks touchdown. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton is your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 8. This kick should do it for this game. Again, want to thank the athletic department here at Crestview and Austin Fleming, who I would say one of the most popular ADs in the Northwest Conference. That's my opinion, but what a great guy, Austin Fleming. Always enjoy spending time with him, whether it's here or wherever the Knights may be.
I would concur 1,000%.
Well, there's bias there, Dave.
He has done a great job coming into and leading the athletic department here at Crestview.
So the clock actually does start before the kick, and it hits 0, an awkward ending to this game. But as Dave said, a dominant one for the Pirates as they win this one 42-0 to move to 7-0, 4-0 in the Northwest Conference. On the other side, the Knights fall to 3-4, 1-3 in the Northwest Conference. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break, but when we return, it's the Stolly Insurance Hustle Award and our final thoughts here from Crestview. Welcome back for tonight's Stolly Insurance Hustle Award. You can check out highlights of tonight's Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WOSN YouTube page. And the Pirates win this one 42-0. Plenty of touchdowns in this game, but one guy had 3 of them, and his name's Noah Bricker.
Noah Bricker, and you're right. Tate Gieske, he has a plethora of weapons back there. Landon Worcester, Griffin Stackhouse, Quinn Eachus, and a host of others that I'm forgetting. But Noah Bricker had 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 rushing. Congratulations to the Bluffton Pirates and Noah Bricker specifically for being our Stolly Hustle Award winner tonight.
Again, the Pirates win this one 42-0. So glad that we could join you, or you can join us, for this evening's affair. Want to thank again the Crestview Athletic Department for their hospitality tonight, especially Austin Fleming. Want to thank our great crew, Derek Henry, Nick Fraley, and our leader, Wayne Getz. And as always, want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in to high school football on WOSN. For Dave Bowen, I've been Evan Skilleter, signing off one more time from Crestview. It's the Pirates 42, the Knights 0. Have a great night, and God bless.